Lightly. I've been open and honest about when I'll finish and when the day will come for the last 3 years. I've engaged a lot with ex-players as to when they stopped and how it came about and how the transition worked. And each person to a man said there's a time and a place where it hits you. Or the other common answer was, you wake up and you know. And that moment came for me in Amsterdam. And I think it's a culmination of a lot of things that over the course of my international career, which has been a long time, I've just come to the end. I'm glad I was in a sound enough space to understand that feeling and be well aware of what it meant. And also what it means both for the England white ball sides that I've led until now and me in my personal life. So the day it hit me, it was quite a sad day, reaching the end of such a special journey. But in many ways since that day, I've been incredibly proud and content with the decision and excited for English cricket going forward. There's been so many strong decisions made in a positive way for not only our group but the Test group over the last month and a half. The appointing of 2 new coaches and a new red ball captain, and the way that both sides play is just incredible. So as I sit back now as a fan, I'm incredibly excited.
You intimated that you wanted to carry through to the World Cup at the end of the year. So is there any part of you at all that feels that maybe you're going too early? No, not at all. Not one bit. And right from that day that it hit me like I'm not sure what actually. Well, the day that I knew I felt a true sense of ownership to make that decision my own. I've always been honest about where the team needs to go and the potential it has to try and achieve special things, and I was as honest as I could be. I spoke to Rob Key, I spoke to Matthew Mott, the coach, and they were very, very understanding. Did you speak to Brendan McCullum as well?
Yeah, obviously Baz is one of my close mates, and I spoke to him, but I've spoken to him about retirement for a long time, and particularly around his and the transition for him. And again, he said, you will know. It will be a feeling that comes and hits you. Just make sure you recognise it when it comes.
And you're making the announcement here at Lord's, the scene of that World Cup triumph in 2019. Rob Key says that victory won't define you because of everything else that you've done. But is that your career highlight, it's fair to say?
Probably the performance highlight. If you could take me back to one moment in my international career, I'd probably, to relive, I'd probably go back to when we first started in 2015 at the very beginning of the summer. The journey since then has been absolutely incredible. People talk a lot about performances and how proud you should be, both as a player and as a captain, but actually the great people that I've built some of the best memories with, that'll be with me for the rest of my life, I could definitely relive.
And are you proud of what you did to this one white ball team in just 4 years, from 2015 to 2019? Is that something you're able to look back on now and feel a sense of pride?
Yeah, I think like everybody that's played a part in that journey, I'm incredibly proud to go out and I suppose stand for something that you believe in for so long and do something that you really think is right, even when it's questioned, and to be with a special group of players to try and achieve that is something that I'll always hold close to my heart.
And what now for you? I know you're going to continue with domestic cricket in the short term at least. Any interest in staying within the setup?
I think at the moment the best thing for the setup is for me to come out of it, let the new captain find his feet, build a relationship with a new coach, and ultimately drive towards the next World Cups. They come thick and fast, and the potential the team has is unbelievable. I'm excited to sit back and watch. I'm incredibly grateful and lucky to be a part of such a special time in English cricket, but I think what's to come could be even more special.
Further down the line, might you want to go into coaching? A lot of people think you'd make an excellent coach.
I've certainly not ruled it out. Certainly down the line, I do think I have something to offer, but I think picking and choosing what the role is and what that looks like will be the most important part.
And you've touched on it already, but what sort of state do you feel you're leaving white ball cricket in this country in? Could the next era be more successful than your era?
Absolutely. I think we're like the foundations that have been built over the last 7 years are hopefully ones that will be around for a long time, and the future is bright. We're more experienced, more consistent, and we have much more talent than we have ever had within England, and the strength and depth in all formats of the game is pretty evident at the moment. So I think the future is extremely bright.
And who will succeed you as captain? Jos Buttler?
Thankfully, it's not a decision that I have to make. There are some obvious candidates, Jos Buttler being one of them and Mo and Ali being the other. There are some tremendous leaders as well within that group. Johnny Bairstow, Jason Roy, Chris Wokes, Chris Jordan, guys that could definitely do the job. Obviously Jos has been in charge. He's been an unbelievably good vice captain while I've been captain, and when he's stepped in, he has been an exceptional leader. He obviously commands himself with the bat as one of the best players in the world, but also as a leader within the group, he commands tremendous respect.
You don't think the burden of the captaincy on Buttler would be too much, would affect his form?
No, not at all. Yeah.
What makes you confident in that sense?
Because he's done it before. On tours that I've missed or been injured in, he's come straight in, and that is a true test of how you hold the weight of each and every decision and how it impacts your performance, and the evidence is there that it's never affected Jos.